252 Pop Fiction, where you'll find all the news and reviews of pop culture that's right to type. Today's top story. Another SpaceX test ended in failure this week. A prototype of the company's Starship rocket, the SN-1, imploded in a pressure test.
Ooh boy, SpaceX.
That's the new
what's his name's
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk's.
They're doing,
Oh, is he the one who's going to take passengers into space?
Yes, they're actually going to take tours out to space.
Hopefully they won't implode.
They're working out the kinks now, and then we will hopefully be traveling to the moon.
Is he just doing this to make money?
No, because Teslas are selling very well. I don't know why he's doing it.
Probably to be the first private citizen to get into space, or the first billionaire. Actually, he's probably not even going to go. He's just going to send people up in his.
Dangerous business. I can't remember. It's a long time ago. I watched a documentary that was based on the right stuff, and they were asking the news would hound them, why is so many of your ships blowing up? Mm-hmm. And he said, if you even have the most infinitesimal room for error, it'll fail.
Yeah.
They said they have to build it 100% perfect. That way, the only things that go wrong are things they could not foresee.
Right.
So it's got to be a zero defect rocket, or it's going to go down in flames.
I have a caveat to that, but I'm going to put a pin in it right now, and we'll talk about it in a little bit.
Okay.
Next story.
Flav was booted from Public Enemy after he claimed his voice and likeness was violated by the Bernie Sanders campaign. Oh, wait, so he wasn't even endorsing the campaign?
No. See, they were about to do a concert on behalf of the Sanders campaign, I believe. And while they were about to do the show, Flav was talking about down with the Bernie Sanders camp because it was using his voice and likeness. Oh. And I don't know if it was a slight, but I read a little article where Chuck was like, well, listen, no disrespect, but Flav doesn't really know the difference between Barry Sanders or Bernie Sanders, like for real. Like either one, he don't know who they are. So he's just going off on the thing. But I think there's been issues with Flavor Flav and Public Enemy going on for a while. Oh, yeah. This was almost really like the straw that broke the camel's back.
So the crack wasn't.
Oh, apparently he's been fired multiple times.
He's not fired. I don't think he's been fired before. I think he's been suspended without pay.
I've been suspended from work before, and that's just you're fired. Basically, same thing.
Right. Christian Bale has been confirmed by Tessa Thompson that he will play the villain in Thor: Love and Thunder.
Is he going to be Batman?
You know what? I just like when these actors, where their worlds are colliding, because now Batman is going to be in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, just like some of the other guys go back.
Yeah, vice versa. Yeah. It's happened many times, and I love it when it happens. It used to be like a kind of a trivia question. Hey, who has been in both? Now it's like everybody's been in everything.
And there's enough heroes to go around.
Yeah, so many.
This week review, Hunters, Season 1, now streaming on Amazon Prime. Nazi hunters discover hundreds of high-ranking Nazi officials in 1977's New York City. Conspiring to create a Fourth Reich in the U.S., the hunters set out to bring the Nazis to justice and thwart their new genocidal plans. This is a very comic booky / historic kinda series. They definitely take liberties. I very much enjoyed the whole thing. I don't want to spoil anything for anybody who hasn't seen it, but there was definitely a part where, and of course this is part of American history, where basically the Soviets and the Americans were just grabbing all of these scientists and stuff. A lot of them were responsible for the space race and
the Manhattan
Project. Operation is called Operation Paperclip on the U.S. side.
Correct.
Yeah. How they had what was crazy was the Germans, the Nazis, when they had finished the V2, they said, we don't need them anymore, and they laid them all off. But they kept records of their current location in case they needed them back. Americans and the Russians stole that list, and the Americans literally went through because they knew they couldn't get them all out.
Got it, needed, got it,
Yeah,
got it.
they
needed.
just put a paper clip on the front of the folders of the people they actually went after.
Oh,
Right.
It's called Operation Paperclip.
And it's and that's one of the plot points of the show. Now, I would have to say the last couple of episodes.
I didn't get that far. I got like halfway.
All right. Well, there was, I guess, what you would say, a little, in my opinion, a couple of unnecessary twists that happened.
Oh, I can't wait.
And you know, sometimes I like a twist, but what did you say? You can't have a twist on a twist on a twist. Because I think you got a little bit.
It gets confusing, and then
because you're like, well, who is the and it's like, all right, I could trust this guy, but now this one, I'm not quite sure.
Do not read The Bourne Identity. Twist after
twist after twist.
At the end of the book, I'm wasting my time reading it. What kind of ending is that?
But I would have to say, I haven't said this in a while, but I give this 252s straight up. I really enjoyed the series, especially when they did comic booky / 1970s style commercial propaganda things that they kind of threw in there.
Oh yeah,
it was very slick, very stylized, and big ups for one of the executive producers, Jordan Peele, really broadening,
doing big things.
Yeah,
Jordan Peele certainly grabs your attention from first second, and keeps your attention.
I want to go on record. I think this is the first time that Al Pacino's done TV.
Yeah, he said that in an interview. He says it's the first TV show he's ever done.
Yeah, and I would have to say Al Pacino. He can play a Jew, he can play a Cuban, he can play a Puerto Rican. Al Pacino's a genius.
And he's got a great ass!
Hey, you want to put your
This week, Ralphie D recommends
Al Pacino's ass.
Greatest events of World War II in color. Revolutionizing warfare through radio technology, swift panzer divisions, and aerial bombardment, Germany pushes Allied forces to the sea at Dunkirk. Actually, there's much more than that in this. They've got the whole World War II in this. There's like 10 parts, and it's really good. I think I saw a lot of this black and white footage in school, and it was boring. In color, it seems more real. It's crazy.
It's so funny because most of the footage that I saw wasn't. It was on that one video game in the gold mine that was in the back, and it had all of the planes going. And you had the gunner, and it was like a film, and you shot at it.
They show a lot of stuff. There's the storming the beach of Normandy and all the twists and turns of World War II. Now, this is how I know I'm getting to be an old man.
Because you were talking about and you were talking about this. You're telling me like, hey, you know the battle? I was like, yeah, man, I know.
Well, yeah, I know. But did you know that there was a battle that they did a? What? You didn't learn this in school. That, there's a lot of stuff you didn't learn in school.
A lot of stuff.
That,
of course, there's a lot of stuff. We just talking about Operation Paperclip. They didn't teach us that in school.
I'm telling you, man, I would have been interested.
Wait, you mean we were the bad guys?
Well, not Ralphie D.
They couldn't bring them all over.
Yeah.
They had to choose.
I'm Ralphie D, and that's news to me.
I'm Coolwater Kurt. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
We'd like to hear what you think. Leave us a comment down below and let your opinion be heard.
And if you like this video, please check out other videos on our channel like 252 and Nerdstalgia.
I'm JP. I'd like to give a shout out to the source material and support your local comic book store. And this is 252 Pop Fiction, where you hear it first.
Getting worse and worse.
Yeah.
Adonis, pull yourself together.